Blog Talk Radio.
This is MMA fight music producer Mikey Ruckus, and you're listening to another edition of Cage Side Submissions with Cole Vick and Steve Brashell.
This is about to all who are ready to start up my dialect. Like I'm gonna put the script on the podcast 6 more times in 3. Drink them around and upside down and repping you with the crazy sound. Sitting and jumping you and doing back to the Monday like that you are bound. Foolish to know, it's 2 hours, 2 hours in the day. With all the power, and what you see, turn us the volume. You like it inside on that day and not just solve your problem. The Cage Side Submissions and what you all been missing. All the latest news and interviews, so give a listen. Call the secret high and low to give you something different. If you want the fitness, changing up your disposition. You will see the Bellator against the Victor fight. Join in the conversation, bring your cage tight. Make sure when the light is green, you don't get stage fright. Every Thursday night, we'll make this and prepare to board your flight. When you calling us up, we'll be knocking you down. Facing you down, with the friend in the town. With the blood on the head, with the face in the crowd. With the call to rebound, your boys is profound. If we aim to what's down, the world rain down. Go, go, the Kid Rockshell. Go, go, the Kid Rockshell. Go, go, the Kid Rockshell. Welcome to Cage Side Submissions.
All right, welcome back, fight fans. You are now listening to another episode of Cage Side Submission. Welcome to 2015. Gonna do things just a wee bit different tonight. I have a guest co-host joining me this evening. You know, no stranger to the MMA world. Good friend of mine, Miss Rachel Blaze. Rachel, how are we doing tonight?
It's good. It's good. It's cold, windy, chilly. Time to start my tea. It's a winter wonderland here in Chicago.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's worse than me. I know it's like in the teens here. You're probably getting close to freezing.
Yeah, like in the minus, negative. Woohoo!
all right.
Let's just say there's no bikini shoots going on outside right now.
Absolutely. But real fast, but before we get too far into it, real quick, get the sponsored shout-outs out the way. And as always, Cage Side Submissions is brought to you by MMAadnet.com. You know, big shout-out to them and everything that they do for us. Big shout-out to Martial Art Market and Triangle Athletics. You know, we got the website up and running now, so you can also check us out on CageSideSubmissions.com. Still figuring out exactly what I'm going to do with the website. Not sure if we're going to bring some writers on, give you some MMA news or anything like that. But we'll see how that goes. And shout out to our affiliate partners, Martial Law Clothing, Dumachi, Rev Gear, MMA Signatures. You know, just came back from one of AJ seminars with Felice Herring over the weekend. That was a pretty cool experience. And big shout-out to Grip Mouth Guards. But without any further ado, we had an amazing kickoff to 2015. The UFC brought us UFC 182, John Jones versus Daniel Cormier. And I guess, you know, some fans were less disappointed with the main card or the card in general, but, you know, I'm kind of biased to the situation because my good friend Paul Felder had an amazing spinning back fist knockout, you know, got a $50K bonus, which is even more prevalent to him because he has a child on the way. So big shout out to Paul Felder, you know, hope for nothing but big things for you in 2015, my friend. Just want to get that one out there. Rachel, what were your overall thoughts on this card? Because it was pretty hyped up in the media world, and want to get your overall take on it. You know, between as much as the hype that we got around it and the overall performance.
Well, honestly, you know, media is going to hype up any particular fight, especially when it comes to John Jones. But honestly, I think that it could have been a little bit better. Some people feel that John Jones shouldn't have won. However, I do believe that I agree with the decision that they made, and it was a great fight. It just wasn't as entertaining as I thought it would be, considering with all the hype that was going on. And I don't think it was his best performance. That's just my opinion. I've seen better. I've seen him do better.
Oh yeah, I think that the biggest thing is that what you could say about John Jones and what he does inside that cage is he is the best at beating everyone at their own game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he in this case he out-30 boxed and wrestled the Olympic level wrestler. You cannot, that's what if someone would have said, I'll bet you that John Jones, puts this fight up against the cage, puts it in the danger world where you would think that John wouldn't want to be, someone would be like, I'll take that bet. But John didn't use his range, his reach, or anything like that. He kept it in tight, and he beat Daniel out of his own game, regardless if he looked great doing it or not. That's what he did.
Now, some people didn't like his sportsmanship towards the end. That's neither here nor there. I mean, that's just like when King Mo did his outburst, especially against DeJorn. So you are to expect it when it's a heated fight like that. So, I mean, it's entertainment. It's what happens. However, I do agree that it should have been a little bit different as far as sportsmanship goes. However, Cormier, he's such an awesome guy. I mean, after reaching this outbreak with the latest news in UFC and John Jones, he is definitely a stand-up type of guy. So my opinion on that guy is definitely changed.
Yeah, I mean, people could hate on them, whatever they want. You have to understand that those two guys just flat out didn't like each other. And regardless if you felt that the pay-per-view delivered or anything like that, there was just legitimate bad blood with those guys. You might not like how, the last few seconds of the fight turned out to be, but, it is what it is. It was, you're going to get things in there, and it's going to be ugly. It's going to be nasty, not a lot of people were too thrilled with Rampage and Rashad, the big hype up between that fight and how it ultimately turned out.
Oh no!
Most times
I was disappointed in that myself. Sometimes the fight that has the most hype around it always tends to disappoint because it just doesn't live up to the billing. This fight, I don't think it lived up to the billing because everyone was. I think everyone was gunning for Daniel and him to knock off John, and you just had to expect it with the strikers that he's been in there with that he was going to be able to weather the storm and to beat Daniel out of the game. Now, how about our poor referee Herb Dean? Oh my goodness,
he's got Chin of the Year already.
Yeah, man, he took a hit. That was incredible. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, it's definitely something you don't expect to see. I mean, I guess you can also put that one on John too for the pre-celebration. And probably would have avoided the extra punches there and the extracurricular activity, but you can't really blame him for being excited about the win, especially with all the drama going around.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of drama going in UFC. I mean, especially in 2015, you would think things would be a little bit different. However, I think some things are about to get shaken up a little bit. We're going to see some definite changes, and who knows, maybe we won't see Dana White in office anymore. That would be nice. I mean, that's just my opinion. Let me stop, Steve.
Yes. For anyone that doesn't know, that Miss Rachel doesn't have a keen taste on what Mr. White does on a daily basis. Everyone's entitled to their opinion in my eyes, it makes the conversations fresh. You don't have everyone kind of agreeing with everyone. So,
there's no discrediting that Dana White has made significant impact on MMA in itself, and has definitely saved UFC, especially from the beginning. However, his recent and latest things that have come about, which I kind of felt within the last year was coming forward. It was a matter of time before things start coming out. You can only sweep things under the rug so often, and then things start piling up, and it's eventually going to come out. And it's going, and it started. So everything that I talked about last year and the prior year, it's already happening.
Yeah, that's why me and you always see eye to eye. That I felt for a long time. A lot of people should be supporting our fighters. Doesn't matter the level or whatever, to do what they need to do to get by in the sport. Not just supporting promotions. I'm not just a UFC fan, or I'm just a Bellator fan, or I only support women's mixed martial arts. Support the sport as a whole, support the fighters as a whole. Not,
Well,
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you're paying the promoters, but you're also there to support the fighters.
Right, and I just did interviews at Midwest Training Center here in Schaumburg, and interviewed a few pretty top-notch pro MMA fighters, and that video is located on Blaze Team Media page. But with that being said, I did interview those guys, and I did ask them their opinion on some of the things that were going on, especially with the uniforms and the lawsuit. And the things that they had to say were impeccable. You could, and people are talking in this industry, and what people don't realize is that these pro fighters are asking for sponsorship. They're also asking for more media coverage. And you mentioned the local MMA, and here's the thing: they want more coverage, and because they're not a big name, they want to be able to be seen and heard instead of always hearing about UFC and the top fighter and this and that. And there's so many other talented fighters out there. I mean, there's a list of them. Honestly, we should be able to talk to those fighters as well, not just the big top names in the industry. I think we spend so much time on those guys that we forget about the other guys.
I completely agree with you on that one. So I don't think we need to beat that horse anymore. But I think another person we should mention from the 182 card with another amazing performance is Sean Jordan. He's been an amazing impact since he made it here. Former, I believe he was a collegiate fullback in college for LSU and won a national champion with them, and now he's doing backflips as a 265-pound heavyweight and knocking guys out. So definitely impressive. We've got a caller here. I believe this should be Dr. Anna Marie. Let's see who this is.
Hello.
Is this Dr. Anna Maria?
Is that how you'd like it to be? Yes, it's me.
I don't know. I mean, I would like it to be her. I mean, it's awesome that she's a couple minutes early, and I. Well,
you don't want the secret password or something?
Let me give your introduction here so everyone knows. We are now being joined by Dr. Anna Maria DeMars. Is that how we pronounce it?
That's correct.
All right.
Yeah.
And for anyone who's been hiding under a rock the last 4 years, that doesn't know, she is also the mother to the greatest women's mixed martial artist on the planet right now, Miss Ronda Rousey. So I guess we all have to thank you for pushing to make her the fighter that she is today, because there's probably a lot of fighters who wouldn't have as nearly as much money or sponsors supporting them if it wasn't for her.
Well, that would be my opinion.
Well, isn't that why we're here, to listen to your opinion, correct? Right. Well,
it's a pleasure
Rachel.
to meet you, Anna Marie.